Oh, what could that mean? Oh my gosh, this might mean that the show's about to begin. And I'm not really sure about that. Is it real? Is it really happening? Let me see. Oh, it just might be really happening. Looks like it is. Okay, welcome to the Bluetooth Jubilee show today on this beautiful Sunday. And I'm sure you would love to hear this lovely piece of music now, because it's really a good one. But yes, I have a good show up for you today, and I'd like to kind of share that monitor with you. So let's go ahead and shrink down the video. I know you're enjoying this part, but I'm going to shrink the video. There we go, if I can. Oh, I hit the wrong keys here. There we go. And welcome to the Bluetooth Jubilee show. Let me bring in my StarTech. I cannot get my mouse in the right thing. Oh yes, I'm confusing myself already. Hello everybody. Let's try to get this thing going on. Okay, there we go. And we have this, and we have let's get me in this this program here. Okay, there we have it. There we have it. Okay, well, good to see you all. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do today. I'm hoping to bring some folks in to be as part of the show, and the big deal today is going to be to kind of make my segues as close together as possible, so that it is less dead air time and less kind of awkward explaining things going on. So as you can see, I'm not wearing any headphones because I'm being exceedingly confident today that everything's going to work out all right. Yes, I've got some incredible confidence. Don't ask me why. But I'm going to play a little background sound there, and let me just go into my settings and make sure I don't have too much of the sound coming back into my mic here. There we go. And again, flyby instruments. Tonight we have quite a few things that I wanted to show you of course, I'm in here in the create thing because we're going to have the free music and the sound effects of the week. But you are already hearing some of the featured music that I'm going to play, okay, that I wanted to feature. It actually is a piece. Let me just hide this voice meter for a sec. There we go. I want to make sure you can actually see things. Yes, I'm playing a bunch of tunes from the foobar player, and right now you're hearing Hydra, which is what this week's featured sound is. Hydra. I think it's really gorgeous. It's by the same people that did Audacity for us last week. So there you have that. We're going to cover that later on. Meanwhile, let's get into what the show is going to be about. As you can see, I did a few adjustments. I made the font a little bit bigger. I'm hoping that makes this visible for people on TV sets. And I probably could go with a even larger blow up when I'm doing this kind of thing. So there we have it. And as you see, I have the comment tracker over there on that side as well. So let me just edit the scene here and move the Star Trek around and try to get that so you get that nice and big. Okay, great. So yes, right in front of me, I'm seeing the comments. Yes, I noticed Rain Doll just spotted that I'm wearing a red shirt, and I learn from what people say. And we're going to do a whole bunch of things this week. I'm going to do a closed eye segment this week. I finally found the script that I wanted to read for everybody with the guided meditation. And I'm wearing my regular glasses. I tried to add some lighting to get rid of the harsh shadows that were underneath the glasses. That's the main reason why I never wore these. And I may have accomplished that. I'm not sure. Well, I'll judge that more with more energy when I watch my replay. We're going to get a storytelling. We're going to get some poetry reading. I did get the Audacity harmonies thing to work, and so we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the replay city. I did not come up with a joke of the week, and but so we'll pass on that. You'll just have to put up with me being silly as per usual. I'll show a Pixlr trick of the week later on, and we'll open up Pixlr and then do something. The comment tracker will be near the end of the show, where we'll go through some my notifications and look at some old comments, perhaps. Science the item of the week. I have a couple of ideas in there that I could do, but I'm not sure. I did. I think I mentioned Can Cells Live Forever already last week, but and in the deep zone, an abundance item, I'm just going to throw in my own. I'm not sharing a link to someone else's this week. We're actually just going to talk about some stuff that fascinates me. So now I do have it set up where if somebody wants to join the program, they simply have to let me know in the comments, and I can bring them in to the thing. And by the way, Vivek did point out that the one danger of wearing the red shirt on a show is that every Star Trek episode, whoever wore the red shirt was doomed. And so I know I live dangerously. I'm willing to take risks, and I'm even willing to have everything blow up, because this is show number 3, and we're going to do 10 and kind of let the style of this program organically evolve. Now, we're going to definitely have some music performances. In fact, I just can't wait to get to that. And a shared mind map of the week, I have a really nice one for you, and that I think you'll really kind of dig. It's something that you can kind of make a copy of and mold to your own uses, especially if you do any kind of community organizing or things that involve local community types of events. But I think it can be applied to internet activities as well. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then my shared post of the week will go over that thing, and perhaps a cool googly thing of the week that we'll cover. So anyway, that's the lineup of the program that I have planned. So I thought I'd start right out with doing some music. What do you think of that? So let me change up this screen so we're looking at something a little more interesting. How about we'll keep looking at that video screen that we were looking at before. Let's open that up and make it full screen. I'll just kill the sound on it. Yeah, all right. Because we have several minutes of that around. Okay, that's what we'll do. I'm going to share the spacey screen. Oh, I know you like to see me play. All right. All righty, I'll do that too. Let's go large monitor and C920, and I'll just move this and make it a little bit bigger so that you can see me playing off in the side here. Now, the kind of surprise I've got going on is that I've already got the audio set up, I believe. So, be right back. That sounds pretty good. What else comes with this? Here we are. Oh yes, I set up a second microphone. And number 2. I hope that came through okay. Let me change some things. Yeah, right. So I see I have this easy slide back routine where I just kind of move back and I'm on the other microphone. That's what's going on. So did that sound okay? Did I overload? Did anything bad happen during that? Because I don't know. I may have to adjust some things still. It's the first time I've tried that setup. But yeah, what do you think of my talking in the midst of a light show? Is this kind of cool? I've always wanted to do this. So now we are. All right. So let's go on to talking about the stuff that I've got in the show for this week, and yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay, here we go. So oh, good, it came through okay. Good. And as you see, I've still got some background music going on too. Forgot to mute that. I don't mind. It sounds nice. What do you think? You know what I like to do while people are here, and early on in the show, because I know this is going to be something that people like. I hope I'm not doing this too early, but I thought I'd do the lights, the eyes closed section now. Okay, and I see Andrew's trying to get hold of me. 1 second. Someone trying to reach me. Okay, great. He'll be here shortly. Very nice. All right. I thought I might try the eyes closed section because that involves a reading, and I got quite a few people here already. And if this thing's kind of early on in the show, it'll be easy for you to queue up and be able to indulge in later on. So why don't we go ahead and try that out? Okay. So this is going to be interesting because I actually have a special black screen just for you to make you close your eyes while I read this section. Okay? Oh, look at this. Somebody's actually trying to get hold of me here. Wait a minute. Oh, what happened there? Andrew tried to call, but it disappeared. Well, try again, Andrew. I don't know how it went away. So, yes, I'll do this section, and then we'll get on with this later section of the show. So I've got this black screen, and that's what we're going to move to. And let me first explain though what's going on here with this. It's a guided meditation written by Robert Fritz many years ago, back in the 80s, early 80s, because I got this back in 1981, I believe, or maybe 1980. And what it is a guided meditation for teaching you how to do a deep relaxation technique. And I like to share this with people because if you're going to try meditation and stuff like this, one of the hardest things people have going on often is that it takes a long time to relax so that you're able to just sit and relax and do meditation. Whatever kind of meditation you do, if it's just sitting in a chair looking in space, or with your eyes closed, or doing a formal meditation, or a lotus position, or whatever kind of meditation you do, it often takes 20 minutes to just to get relaxed already, to be able to get focused in today's world. And so what this exercise does is it's going to show you how to get into a very, very deep relaxed state, okay? And you can replay this thing, you can make a tape from it or whatever. Robert Fritz gave me his permission to share this with you. I talked with him, I wrote him, and he gave me permission, and then I talked with him on the phone later on. And he just asked me to, mention him, as I'm introducing this. And I spoke about him last week, his wonderful book, The Path of Least Resistance, and the video that he released by the same name in March, I have in the show notes for last week's show. And I mean, I just love the guy. He's been such a wonderful inspiration for me and an influence. So, and it's really great that he let us share this, because I kind of had it in mind that it would be a fun thing to share with people. So I'm going to put on Hydra again as my background music, so that you have a kind of a little bit of musical interlude going on. And then I'm going to go to my black screen, and so I'll try to read this to the best of my ability so that it's really relaxing. The really cool thing is that when we're done with the deep relaxation and you get to that, we're going to give a suggestion to your subconscious that you can use as a cue to drop into this state of deep relaxation very quickly next time, okay, and in the future, so that you don't have to take 20 minutes to get to a relaxation point. And I'll explain some other cool things that are related with this kind of a state as well later on. Okay, so let's go to the black screen and I'll begin. Okay, this is the conditioned response deep relaxation technique. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. Take another deep breath and relax even more. Begin to tense the muscles of the feet, legs, and hips. Tense, tense. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Begin to tense the muscles of the shoulders, arms, and hands. Tense, tense. Make two fists. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Begin to tense the muscles of the neck and head. Tense, tense. Make a face. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to relax even more. And now, imagine that every cell of your body is beginning to relax. Imagine cellular relaxation is starting at your toes and moving into your feet and into your legs and extending into your trunk area and extending into your chest and back. Starting at your hands and extending up your arms and across your shoulders and into your neck and head. Imagine that every cell of your body is entering into a deep state of relaxation. I'm going to count backwards from 100 to 0. And when I get to 0, allow yourself to be in a very deep state of relaxation and find that you have excellent rapport between your subconscious and your self-conscious. 100, and now more relaxed. 99, and a bit more relaxed. 98. And now 97. Now 96. And more relaxed. Down to 95. And 94. And now down to 93. And down to 92, and 91, and now down to 90, and now all the way down to 80, and 70, and 60, and all the way down to 50, and 40, and 30, and 20, and 10, and now a very deep state of relaxation and of effortless concentration. 0. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to go even deeper into this very pleasant state of effortless concentration and deep relaxation. Say this in your mind as it is said aloud. Subconscious, when I say to you the words deep relaxation and take 3 deep breaths, I will return to this state of relaxation very quickly, easily, and automatically. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to normal consciousness, to quickly open your eyes, and to look around the room. Tell your subconscious that you'll be able to do this very easily. Okay, come back to normal consciousness. Just open your eyes and look around the room. Just come back quickly and open your eyes. Just do it. Look around the room and focus your attention here in normal consciousness. Good. Here you are. Okay, so this technique can be used to relax quickly in moments of stress or to get yourself into a deep state of relaxation for meditation or for many other types of things. But now stay awake now. We're going to get on to the next little step of this. So let's practice moving from one level of consciousness to another now. So close your eyes. Say the key suggestion to your subconscious, which is deep relaxation. Take 3 deep breaths and allow yourself to go to that very deep level of relaxation that you practiced. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to go even deeper. Now say this in your mind, as it is said aloud. Subconscious, when I say to you the words deep relaxation and take 3 deep breaths, I will return to this state of relaxation very quickly, easily, and automatically. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to normal consciousness quickly and open your eyes and look around the room. Tell your subconscious now that you will be able to do this very easily. Okay? Come back to normal consciousness and open your eyes. Look around the room. Just come back quickly and open your eyes. Okay, how do you like that? Well, you can even reach this state of relaxation with your eyes open. So look at an object in this room, not a person, and say the words deep relaxation. Take 3 deep breaths and allow yourself to return once again to this light, very nice state of deep relaxation that you have practiced. Okay, come back to normal consciousness. And that is the deep relaxation technique, conditioned response deep relaxation technique that Robert Fritz shared with me. And I hope you enjoyed it, and you can listen back to this thing to do the countdown thing again and get to that deep state and readdress the suggestion to your subconscious if you feel like you need to reinforce that anytime. But just having done this, you won't believe how effortless it can be to just simply make that suggestion now. Today, deep relaxation, and take 3 deep breaths and drop into that state, that really deep state, very, very quickly. And from that, because of the clarity of mind, it's just perfect for as a starting state to go into a meditation type of a thing. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that. Interestingly, if you use the same technique, this deep state that you're in is so effective that you could use it along with taking 20 deep breaths, and this has been demonstrated in laboratories, that you can get yourself in this deep state of relaxation and then take 20 deep breaths, and it will be the equivalent of 4 hours sleep. So whenever you're like totally burned out, but you still have other things to do and you cannot take a nap, try this deep relaxation technique, drop into it, and do 20 deep breaths, and then come out of it quickly. It really doesn't matter what's going on in your mind while you're doing this technique. If you drop into this deep relaxation technique, you can be thinking about anything you want as long as you're in the deep relaxation mode. So don't try to like inhibit your thoughts or stop yourself from thinking. You can be thinking about anything, okay? As long as it's not making the stress happen, you want to stay in your deep relaxation mode. But you can still consider things, and when you're in deep relaxation, your stress is reduced anyway naturally, so you might be thinking more clearly about things that were stressing you. The point is, it doesn't make any difference. The experience itself, you might even have some wow experiences while you're doing these 20 breaths, but that's a little consequence. The fact of the matter is that just by staying in that state and taking 20 deep breaths, oxygenating, and doing it for that long will be the equivalent of 4 hours sleep. And so you can try that any old time. Okay? So you basically would just say the words deep relaxation. You get yourself to that deep level of relaxation you practiced. Take another deep breath. And as you do, you allow yourself to go even deeper. And then you say, subconscious, I'm about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be the equivalent of 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. And then to reinforce the suggestion, say it again to the subconscious. Subconscious, I'm about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be the equivalent of 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. These suggestions to your subconscious are important. Then you close your eyes and you begin to take the 20 deep breaths. Count each breath and, breathe slowly, quietly. And when you finish the 20 deep breaths at your own speed, come back to normal consciousness and open your eyes. That's all there is to it. So I think that was a nice inaugural event for the eyes closed session. Next week, I've got a lineup of effects and stuff that I've got put in place, but that I really like, really cool sound effects. And I want to try a radio drama type of thing. So I'm going to try to round up some people, some of you regulars, and to read portions of a small radio theater type of a script that we're going to do next week. And where I'll do as many of the silly voices as I can manage, but I also want to have some other people involved. So whoever would like to be involved in reading the radio script and doesn't mind making some interesting voices or trying some characterizations, this is all for fun. And so, you know, definitely join in and you know, let me know that you would like to receive a copy of the script. The more people I have, I can write in parts that can match you. And if you got a silly voice type of thing that you would like to do, let me know. Maybe we'll do a quick hangout. You can demonstrate your silly voice, and I'll write in a part to this little script that we're going to do. It's not going to be a long script. It's going to be something short, just to kind of kick off the idea. All right. So anyway, also a couple of people said that they would like to be in today's show. And so if you'd like to call in on the hangout, I can put this. Okay, actually, I'm not sure. I think I have to first make a call and then start inviting people. So I'm going to go ahead and invite Andrew Hatchett and Michael Daniels in right now. And oh yes, indeed. Let's see if anybody answers. I'm trying to get Heather. I figured I'd start out with Heather, and you know, the usual plus word crowd. Maybe even get Lon in. She's brave enough. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Lon's here. Andrew's here.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, let me adjust this screen so it's the right size for our hangout purposes. Get rid of the Juve chat. There we go. And maybe move that over there. Move this over here. Move that there. All right, look at I can't believe this. Okay, well, audience, I need to know if you can hear. Make sure that you can hear the.
I'm still hearing music from somewhere.
Okay, yeah, well, I am playing music. I've got the music up. I can turn that down. Is it too loud?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. All right. And oh, actually, this show might still be running up here. Can I get my... Oh, wrong. I got the wrong keyboard going. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, audience, can you hear my guests talking? That's the other issue, whether they're audible. Want to say a few words there, anybody?
Sure. I just got in from a beautiful day, mid-60s, Rochester, New York.
Uh-huh. I see what I gotta do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay, there we go. I see what I had to do.
Ah.
All right, I should be able to hear people on here. What do you know? That's a great shot. Top of your head, Lon. I love it.
So.
Okay, folks. Sound check. Sound check.
I can hear you. I'm on my phone, so it's a little normal, but
okay.
The music is down now.
Yep. Yeah, I turned it down. Yes, and by the way, you spotted a unicorn, Rain. Rain is saying that she spotted the unicorn. So I guess that's true. You certainly did.
Oh, good. Good. New earbuds for me. I hadn't tried them out yet, so apparently they're working okay.
Okay. Oh yes, Andrew is spotted by Russ. Okay, and I guess they're hearing you talk, although we're not really talking much yet, but we're talking a little bit. So, did you do the meditation thing? Did you try it? You gonna try it later? What'd you think of that section? That segment? Ah, look at that. Vivek has confirmed that they can hear you guys. So now you're going to have to talk. You can't blame technical difficulties. No, we're not getting any sound out of them, you guys. So I better do a musical interlude first.
Yeah, I'm going to check out. The sound over here is really distorted, and the music's coming in loud.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to hang up, and I'll check it later.
That's on my end. I see why. Let me see. No, actually, I don't see why. You shouldn't be hearing the music loud at all. It should be very quiet. Oh, okay, let me turn it down. Just turn it off. Okay, did that turn it off?
The music seems to have stopped.
Okay.
You're still... Yeah.
All right, great. I wonder why it's coming into you guys so loud, because it's turned down quite a bit in the voice meter. Oh, well, we'll figure that out later. Meanwhile, in the meantime, in the dream time, ain't we got fun? So, I thought I'd do a quick flute thing and move right over to that. So let me switch my mics and I'll do a quick flute piece. Okay.
Okay.
There we are. Okay, dokie.
Is this a call or are we on an actual HOA right now?
No, HVC. Mm-hmm. Yep. And what would be the easiest way to do this? I guess. Here we go. Only webcam. That's the best way to go. I'm going to make this scene small and there we go. I don't like having this whole thing too much hugeness going on. I'll add the Star Trek as the background. And play it. See if I can get this thing going on. There we are. Full screen. Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's not Star Trek. It's large monitor. There we are. Okay, great. All right. Here we are. I'm very curious as to whether I overload in the music department. Let me turn this on. I want to be able to hear it for myself. There we go. Okay, I hope that wasn't too melancholy. Here we go. Ha! And yes, I mentioned Michael Daniels. Yes, I did. And I'm hoping he can come on the show. He's been so busy with baseball lately. My goodness. How's the poor man get to do anything fun anymore? So, let me quickly move over here. Get you guys in here. And I can adjust this a little bit. So, is that... Oops, I'm moving the wrong things around. There we are. So can I... so that came through okay through the HVC, I hope? Did you?
I can see you and hear you here.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a partial screen up for this, and then I've got a screen up with just showing the event page with the comments. You know, I've switched it down.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go over there and turn it on, then I'm getting a double echo from both of them.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, anyway, apparently it wasn't very melancholy because Michael Daniels didn't see a melon or a collie, and he was looking all over the place. So, hey, my gosh, Lon, you were what? You got home after a long day of introducing new students to hang gliding.
Yeah, the sound is really muddled here on my end. I can barely understand either one of you.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I'm just kind of hanging out and smiling a lot, laughing a little bit at the collie jokes.
Well, your audio is great. Now, Terry sounds a little muddy.
Mm-hmm.
I have no... Of course, I can't hear my own, so I don't know what that sounds like.
Okay. Well, maybe it's because I had something... I did have a level turned down that maybe shouldn't have been turned down. Is that did I just improve things by any chance?
A little bit.
A little bit
Oh,
better,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I did. I had the signal sent out to you guys. It was turned down quite a bit. Oh well. Live and learn.
Live and learn.
Yeah. I'll save that as the new permanent settings. I don't know why I had that setting turned down. Maybe I was worried about it overloading or there being a lot of noise. But anyway, Lon, I can't believe that you're a hang gliding person. That is so awesome.
Yeah, it is. Every spring we have a class. Our club has a class. We're the only club in the country that gives lessons as well. So for 2 months every year, we get new students out there, teach them how to hang glide, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool. I would love to learn hang gliding.
It's a lot safer than going out to a cliff and jumping off and trying to teach yourself, too, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I'm out in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and it's really safe hang gliding here because it's so flat. And no matter where you jump, you really can't hurt yourself at all. And so I had a hang glider. I was often seen running around town trying to get some altitude, but, attempted, asked people to let me hook myself up to the back of their car or their pickup truck and stuff, and always got refusals. It was really, it's just not the greatest place for hang gliding. There's no enthusiasts here, really, I guess. And yeah,
you can hang glide anywhere. We actually do arrow towing as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter if it's flat.
I know.
We can get you up there.
I couldn't get anyone to connect with, but
Yeah.
I will continue to persevere. However, I love the whole thing. Looks just so great. And what do you think of these people using these flying suits and jumping off of the Alps? I mean, good grief.
Those people are nuts.
They're totally insane.
Certifiably insane.
That's just crazy.
Good. And that's coming from a hang glider, so folks.
Exactly.
See? So we know it's
the aerodynamics just don't work out too well. The mathematics isn't there.
Well, anyway, sorry about the sound problems. Michael says it would improve things if Terry was muted. Oh, wait a minute. What are you talking about? All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks
guys,
for coming in, Lon.
Yeah, I got to get going. Thanks a lot.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. We'll see if we can get Michael Daniels to come in later and some other folks. I invited a bunch of people. And meanwhile, I thought I'd move into the, into the segment where I'm talking about the storytelling. What do you think of me doing this? How should I do the storytelling part? I've got a story.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Yes, I've got the dark and stormy night story all queued up and ready to go. All right. So here, let me move this here. And should I do the story or should I do the poem first? I don't know. I'll do the story. Okay. So here we go. You are going to get the story. It's called Logmole Logic. Let me move the, I'll just move the content. There we are. And I wrote this quite a long time ago. Let's not dilly-doddle. Let's get right to me reading it, okay? So, this is how it goes. To kind of limber up. This is chapter 2. You heard chapter 1 last week with the Willot Papers. "Aha!" he exclaimed, holding up a worn-out gear wheel from a snipper-snatch bush. "This," he said with a rather opulent smile, "reminds me of a time I was for a walk with the great King of Binglingsborough. There we were, walking peacefully under the sand, when suddenly the king disappeared, and the sand particles started to swirl around and around my body. They started swirling faster, till I felt I was in a huge tunnel, moving through it at an increasing rate of speed. The sand particles becoming multicolored speckles that grew and grew until they blended into each other to form a picture of something, some different kind of reality. And then all at once I fell into the wheelbarrow. I got quite carried away with this, and soon found myself carried to a glimmering land with shimmering lavender skies, deep purple grass, dark red-orange trees, and yellow pump handles strewn all around. The pump handles began to expand all over the place until the entire area was drenched in rich yellow. I then heard yells over the hill of some people watching a game as the ball came flying through the air towards me, white against a field of yellow. Suddenly, its wings turned a deep blue, so deep, in fact, that when I fell in, I would have drowned had not the windows opened to let in some air. Then I was hurled by a huge gust of wind through a great door, and I landed on a plot of grass, which walked away quite disgusted with me. I did not know what to do. Turning around, I noticed that the round didn't want to be turned. So I started walking, thinking to explore this strange place, where it seemed I could do nothing right. Soon I came upon a road sign with 2 arrows on it. The first said, "To Willot." The second said, "Not to Willot." Decisions. I sat down upon the rumplot at the base of the sign and proceeded to decide. Just then a small log mole came upon me and asked what I was doing. "I'm trying to decide which way to go, to Willot or not to Willot." "Why?" he asked. "I'm exploring," I answered, "and wish to learn as much as possible about this strange land of yours." "Well," he said, "if that is your goal, then I suggest you go to Willot." "Why to Willot?" "Well, you see, if you were to go to Willot, you'd be finding out something about all the other places by seeing what they're not. It would be silly to go anywhere else, for then you'd only be seeing what Willot was not like." Satisfied to supply me with all the information I'd need, he rolled himself under a piece of moss and fell asleep. Something about his logic bothered me, but I decided to go to Willot anyway, on his suggestion. And that is your story for this evening. Now you can all go to sleep, okay? And have a nice evening. Now, I don't know who that person is that you just experienced. I've never met him, but he does read stories kind of funny. And anyway, I hope that was entertaining. I probably should move, well, as long as I'm in the mood. I don't know. Does anybody want to hear a poem now? Let's see if is
As
anybody...
long as it's as good as mice, yes.
Oh yeah. Oh no. This is a poem. This is a poem that's actually part of the Willot Papers. It was written as an epilogue and as an homage to Lewis Carroll. Okay, so I will read that because it's in the same spirit of things. And so here we have the epilogue adventure story, and this is how it goes. 'Twas noonish, and the buttered loaves did twist and crumble in the drawer. All tipsy were the apple groves from the fruits that they wore. The madness now is rushing back. I know I'm crazy, this he thought. The table folded up its legs and sat as it was taught. The record player hummed its best, quite proud to make the loudest noise. The bottle's tints invited squints and sat in quiet poise. But wait, the author cried alarmed, quite to himself, he's no fool. I'm getting too excited here, I've got to keep my cool. And so he wrote of simple things, like taping reels that spin and spout, and music bouncing off the walls and knocking all about. But then the chair lifted its leg and went upon the brown machine, and all the men came off the wall and tried to keep it clean. It just won't work, the headman cried. The notes were shooting madly back. The 12 came hurtling at my brow and hit me with a smack. 'Twas noonish, and the buttered loaves did twist and crumble in the drawer. All tipsy were the apple groves from the fruits that they wore. Well, that was embarrassing.
Wow.
So.
I thought it was good.
Oh, good. Good.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
In my world, that's all that counts. Your world makes a difference.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody heard it and got to see that I actually do make facial expressions once in a while. Because I know you're so used to the stolid look of me on the Plus Word show and everything. And I really don't make a lot of faces or anything. And it seems kind of like, gosh, this guy doesn't have any kind of emotive power at all. So now you got it. It's all released. Everybody knows now. The real me. Or something. Well, anyway. So, yes, I do weddings and parties. Okay, get out of here with that. Let's
and if really pushed, he'll do a funeral.
That's right. Yes, I have a few funereal poems I could read with a morbid sound. And, I have to turn on the reverb for that. So, bring my reverb machine. Mental note. Okay, so... So, yes, the story part, yes, chapter 1 of the Willot Papers was in last week's show, so you have to find that. And I'll eventually timestamp that thing after today's show, or late tonight after my PBS shows are over with. So, all right, so we have a few comments coming through here. Let's see what we got going on here. This is nice because, oops, I don't want it to grow too much. Stop it. There we go. This mouse is so persnickety. All right, so I have a few comments, and Sheila says she'll be up all week. That was great drama, Terry Leigh Britton, says Vivek. Let's see if I can make these a little bit bigger. The drama and facial expressions are wonderful. Thank you, Sheila. More applause from Bill. Sandy loves the reading. Now she has to see the last week's show. That's right. See the second week show. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's hard to keep up with what I'm saying. If you can, but like you say, look at Lon, you are my hero. You came on, along with Andrew and jumped into the show, and that is fantastic. And down the road, I'd love to have, like we've been doing, like you've seen Aaron doing with the rock, the Hangout Records shows, and like we've seen with the School of Rock shows, getting a bunch of people in the audience for a show is really kind of cool. So yes, I completely ignored this statement by Michael Daniels because, I couldn't find the mute button mainly, and yes, I'll get a lot more flute playing. I gotta I'm going to switch to a different reverb for the next piece and do a quicker piece. But I'm tending to have a lot more music stuff in here. So there we go. And yes, my melancholy earlier, there was not nary a melancholy in that piece of music. Well, that's because I didn't sing the lyrics, you know. Good grief. So anyhow. Hey, what's this? Someone of elvish descent just fibbed to a unicorn. Oh, well, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Unicorn spotting. So there you go. We'll have these things coming through. Whoop, whoop. There we are. Okie dokie. Hey, see how I do in the comment tracker? I just kind of have this comment thing on the screen and pull it into the window. That's the easy way.
You obviously have been taking lessons from Michael Daniels.
Yeah. It's easier than using the comment tracker, you know what I mean? And because using a comment tracker, for I hear over and over again how it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work again, and you know, so relying on something like that, it's like, why bother, you know? And I did get John Brown did turn us on to that standalone comment tracker. I'm going to give that a try. It lets you kind of have a floating window that you can drag around in a similar manner, but it is a comment tracker. And what's really cool about it is that you can set a background color, something like a green screen, and then use this tool he shared, the CSS style bot it's called, and I can change the background so that it's green, and then in the OBS software I can then use that as a green screen thing to make it transparent. So we'll have to see how that works, if the text is still readable and stuff like that. But I wasn't going to try that this week. I said, we'll wait. So okay, part 5. Part 6. I know you're all clamoring.
Moving right along.
Yeah, it's moving right along. You're all clamoring for me to do the Audacity demonstration, so I better do that Audacity demonstration, and this had better work, or I'm going to be so pissed because I practiced this, and I don't think I changed any settings of anything, but just to be on the safe side, let's.
This will be good because I know nothing about Audacity.
Okay, well, I already have it. In place over here. This is the Audacity program, and just make sure. Now, again, I can't really control the size of the window, unfortunately. But let me at least make sure that it's. I'm in Zoom mode. That's what the problem is. So, me and I'll go. There we go. Doop. Is that close enough? No, we'll just go with full screen. Okay, so here we have the full screen capture. Tell you saying that, or maybe I should. You know what I'm thinking? I'll just do the whole darn window. Okay, get rid of me. Don't need me all the time. All right, so this is the Audacity program. And it's set up already so that I'm getting my line in and my voice meter. And so let's do a quick test recording. Let's see. Make sure everything's stopped. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. This is a test of the American Broadcasting System. All right, so there we go. And now let me see if you can hear that back. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. This is a test of the American Broadcasting System. All right, so there we go. All right, so you heard that? Could you hear that, Andrew?
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, wait. So I must not be sending it out to you. All right, let me just fix that over in here. So, of course, the minute I do this, send it out to you, I'll probably make it so everything breaks. Let's see. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. This is a test of the American Broadcasting System. All right, so there we go. Oh, well, I don't know why you didn't hear it. Maybe that.
Now, I can hear it if I go over to the event
testing
page
1, 2, 3. This is a test of the American Broadcasting System. All right, you hear it now. Okay, good. Okay. I may have to turn that off though while I'm actually doing the recording. All right, so how this works is Audacity is really cool. You set your input, and every time you make a new recording, it's going to create a new track, and using the same settings, except it'll be out of sync. So what we're going to try to do is actually hear the sound that's coming out of that thing, and to monitor it. And so let's see. Here's just watching that. Okay, so let me just watch my sound over here. Make sure you folks over there can all hear what's happening here. So, okay, so we're going to do the lyric. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into endings and drum solos and jungle thing too. Was this ruins, guitar rocks and all that too. All right, so as you see, I just sang a track. Okay, now when I make a new track, I'll be able to hear the clap and the countdown, but you'll see that it doesn't actually sync perfectly. So let's see if it works. And 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into endings and on solos and jungle thing too. Dish ruins, guitar rocks and all that too. All right, so now you see a recording has been made with 2 tracks. And you see how this little lineup of the countdown is out of line. Okay, so what you do is you click this little teeny arrow up here. Let's see, and so this little 2 arrows up here lets me grab hold of a track and slide it around. So I can kind of like make a marker here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter? Okay, so it looks like I started actually clapping at 2. So hit stop and line those up. And now we should be able to hear these 2 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into endings and drum solos and jungle thing too. Dish ruins, guitar rocks and all that too. Okay, well, I'm distorting the hell out of it, as you can all hear. So, poor recording. So, let's go ahead and try this over again. But you're getting the idea, okay? Now, I don't know why my levels are so high. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see why. There we go. And I'll turn it down a little bit. No, I won't. I'll leave that there and do another test. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. So there's a test. Zoop. I did have my levels way boosted. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into ending with solo and jungle thing too. Arpeggio ruins, guitar rocks and all that too. Okay, quick, do number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into endings with drum solo and jungle thing too. Vanish ruins, guitar rocks and all that too. Do my lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into ending with drum solo and jungle thing too. Vanish ruins, guitar And lastly but not leastly, after lining this up, one, two, three, four. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, rolling to endings and drum solos and jungle thing too. Spanish ruins, guitar rocks, and all that too. There we go, and so let's line her up, and you'll all hear the final result.
Tabernacle choir.
Exactly, it's a one-man tabernacle choir. Exactly what we're after. Because I've always wanted to beat out the tabernacle choir at their own game. All right, so let's see if this sounds okay. It's probably going to overload like mad because I got a lot of sound coming out here. Let's see, playback volume. Let's turn that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, rolling to ending with drum solo and jungle thing too. Spanish ruins, guitar rocks, and all that too. All right, well, it's still distorted all over, but you guys get the idea. This is pretty easy to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter? And I have no idea why it's distorting like that. I probably have to bring down my volumes. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn down some gain. Turn down some gain. Turn down gain. And another really cool thing about this, after I've turned down the gain, is I can put this on the left, this on the right, and this in the middle, and this over here. And so now they're all panned. So let's go ahead and hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, rolling to ending with drum solo and jungle thing too. Spanish ruins, guitar rocks, and all that too. There you have it. All right, so that's your lesson in Audacity for tonight. How audacious. And if only Terry could sing. Yes, indeed. I know. It is kind of an important part of the whole thing is to be able to sing. But at least we got it to work in a quick demo without any kind of things blowing up. And I didn't get any smoke, which is my main concern. All right, so there you have it. So what'd you think, Andrew? Should I not give up my day job or what? So yeah. Keep your day job, Terry. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Now everybody's going to try it, of course, right? You're all going to try this, I hope. Yes.
Terry will be setting up a special website so you can do your own Audacity recordings and upload them, and then he will pick and choose the notes, and 3 weeks from today he will present a symphony of Audacity.
That's right. Audacity Symphony. So there you have it, folks. All right, so let's move on to the next thing, which was going to be the Pixlr lesson of the day. Yes, indeed. Oh, delicious. Oh, thank you, Vivek. So, oh, by the way, don't forget, you all have to, I want more compliments for that. Yes, more compliments. Okay, good. And so, but the kind of cool thing is that that is so easy to do. Anybody can manage that. Okay. Just hit the record button as soon as you got your inputs on. Adjust the thing so it matches up. Make sure you do your count off, and you can tweak it more. You can zoom in further than I did and get those alignments perfect, which I didn't do. I just really roughed it. But there's a zoom tool in there. I'll quickly show. There's this little tool right here that's a zoom tool, and that's a zoom out, that's a zoom in, so you can click on the track you want to look at, and you can zoom in on them, so you can align these things more accurately. Okay, so so as you see, I was not very accurate in my alignments, but I could have been a lot more just by zooming in and getting them all aligned more on top of each other, and that would have made it so that the playback was even better. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the matter with the flute funk jungle thing ending? Arpeggio flutters, drum solos the riser, roll into ending with drum solo and jungle thing too. Arpeggio ruins, the guitar rocks, and all that too. All right, there you go. So there you have it. Audacious. So that, yeah, I meant to mention the zoom tool, so I'm glad I remembered to. All right, great. And yeah, doing the zoom, the stereo pan of each track just makes it more awesome. So what can I say? It's so cool. Aren't you glad? And what am I going to do in week 10 of this show? I used up all the coolest things? Nah, I won't have. All right. One thing I wanted to go over in the Pixlr program, of course, I want to make sure everybody understands that my little website, Pixlr Templates, exists, okay? Because this makes some things a little easier to do for, let me just go ahead and blow this thing up. All right, so it makes things easier to do because you've got this, all these different things, your Google Plus, your, business hangouts, YouTube live events, LinkedIn. Oh, I meant to make that bigger. Here we go. Now we're able to see it. Okay, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, Bandcamp, make an 8.5 by 11 flyer and either 300 dots per inch or 150 dots per inch printing. A whole bunch of AdWords and AdSense things, mobile banner, common sizes, and some extra stuff. And so basically all you do is you pick out the thing that you want to do, like a Google type of a thing. Like let's say you had a Google Plus video thumbnail image template that you needed for a scheduled hangout on air. Okay, and that's the size. See, each one of these things shows you what the size is currently, and you simply click on the link and it opens up Pixlr, and bloop, and there you have the actual editor already opened with the correct size image. And then you simply go up to layer and open up an image as a layer and bring it into the thing. So let's see if I got any images handy that I can just bring in real quick. Yes, not really, I don't. Okay. Oh, that was public. Oh, it's not on this PC. I don't have anything on this PC. Oh well. Yeah, it's just Logitech screenshots. Here's something we're using at another site. I'll bring that in. So it's a banner for my North Carolina wildflowers thing. So you would bring it in and you would edit it so it fits the space. We're using the free transform by holding down the corners and resizing it and pulling it into place. And now you got it. Just hit enter and it makes it resize and it's done. And you can zoom in and to work bigger. You can enlarge your canvas so that you can make this a larger canvas to work on, so that when you zoom in it fills up the canvas. And but you get, that's the quick thing, is to show you how to load in an image. But now let's say I wanted to make some changes to this thing. The adjustments in here are really awesome. The hue and saturation, for instance, lets you change colors of things so that they have different kind of color. You can take something that's already got a color layout and find associated color layouts by sweeping through the hue. You can increase the saturation to make the colors richer. Okay, you can also, under adjustments, use this cool curves command to add contrast, for instance, to increase the mid-range. See, this is what they call the gamma control. Or you can grab the corners and make it a steeper line, and the steeper you make the line, the more contrast there is. Okay, That's how contrast works, and you can still control the gamma. And so if you need to increase the contrast of any image really quickly without ruining it, because the regular contrast adjustment control can definitely destroy an image, as can the brightness. So you just pull in the two corners towards the center, make the line steeper, and that increases contrast. So anyway, that's something I wanted you all to see. Also, don't forget this layers palette. It's your magic, powerful palette, the power palette in this thing, and that you can put things over the top of each other and move them around as if they were pictures on different sheets of cellophane that you could move in position or related to each other. That's how we made this image. That's how I made it. And so anyway, yes, layers palette. But anyway, that was the quickie. I wanted you to at least see that right away, that you can, once you bring in your image, that you have all these different adjustments to fool around with. And we haven't even started with these kind of effects like old photo, cross process, threshold, posterize. These are for like doing black and white type effects, or where you turn something into a 4-color poster type of a look. Make it sepia for pictures, or solarize it to make that kind of 60s psychedelia photographic technique. And we haven't even, that's just the adjustments. We haven't even gotten into all the crazy filters. But so anytime you want, just come on in here, fool around with the things that that this thing can do, okay? Like my heat map effect. Oh, I always love the heat map effect. Everybody loves the heat map effect because you can change the amount. You can, you know, it's terrible how much I'm ruining this picture. I better cancel it. They're going to yell at me. Okay. All right. So we're going to go deeper into that because I got some projects up coming up for weeks ahead that use photos, text, and graphics together. Okay. So vector graphic type things that we're going to bring into different layers. And I know you can add text right here. You just create a text layer. Click somewhere, start saying, this is an amazing text layer. And choose a really awesome font. No, not that one. And you can kind of hover over that and just kind of, there we go, that's a nice one. Utsa. All right, I'm going to go with that. Oh, I thought which one was it that I just had? It looked so cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is that Tempest Sands? All right, we'll stick with that. And make it bigger. All right, there we go. But you don't have to stop there because you can mess with the colors. You can do all kinds of things with the text, okay? You can mess with the colors in between. And I'm going to show you how to get a gradient text type of an effect that used to be popular, very popular back in the 90s websites. But when you're doing something retro, you might want to do it again. All right. Well, anyway, I won't do it now, though. Okay, so that's I wanted to keep it short with the Pixlr segment. So let's move right on to the audio library and some of my favorite pieces that you heard earlier. You heard Hydra, and that I was playing in the background. Hydra is a gorgeous piece of background music that sounds like this. Isn't that nice? It is a really nice piece of background music. Hope I'm not blasting your ears out, Andrew. Because I realized that was turned up kind of high. But that's Nevada City. It's one of the ones by Humma Humma, and I think that that's just unbelievable. Hydra and Nevada City, those are the ones that I've been featuring so far. However, there's some other really, really awesome pieces, and as you can see in my playlist here, I have quite a few really cool pieces. I have Hydra, Nevada City, Eureka also in them, and I believe. And so let's go ahead and we'll just turn on that playlist, starting with Eureka. And this was blasting Lon out before. Not sure why. Here we are. So actually, I already did Hydra and Nevada City in previous weeks. It's time for me to move on. And Eureka was the third one I actually intended to do for this week. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. So let me go ahead and find Eureka. There it is. Adding it to my favorites. Ta-da! Okay. Get it? That's how that's done. So I have quite a few that I love, and now Eureka's one of those. All right, so let's go on to the next section. I have shared a mind map with everybody, so let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go. I have a mind map that I made a couple of years ago by request, because back in the day, I used to do these massive arts shows, these street fairs, you might call them, involving all these different people in the fine arts and dance and music and everything in New York City. And I did it with a group called Art for the People that really was a woman, an artist named Suzanne, Suzen, and myself as the primary people. We had a couple people helping us with the office type stuff, and lots of volunteers, tons and tons of volunteers. And so I used to produce these types of programs. And so I was asked if I would kind of do a culmination of how, the different things that we got involved in, because we had to do a lot of community building, and this is back in the 80s. So community building was all done without any internet. It's all done by writing newsletters and putting up posters and calling people on the telephone. And so I put together this mind map here called Fundamental Needs. And basically, you ask yourself, what are the fundamental needs that are being fulfilled by this service? And I broke it down into two areas, okay? Personal needs and social needs. And this listing has been used globally by a bunch of organizations so far, and so I made it a public listing. When you look at this, you can hover over each one of the items, and you'll see the link will be in the show notes. That kind of explains what each thing does in a little bit of a summary. But these are the items where people, their personal needs, learning activities and intellectual growth is a personal need that people, we're talking about why would somebody join an organization? Why would they be part of a community organization? Why would they seek out community? Okay, and what would they need? What are the kind of things that they need from a community and from the leaders of the community and the other members of that community? What are the things that make it a fulfilling experience to be part of that community? And so that's what this is about. So learning activities and intellectual growth is one reason it might be a draw for a person. Just regular personal growth, trying to improve their skills or improve their abilities in some way. confidence building, having the chance to take leadership roles or speak in public, or be or get to the point where they're an assistant in doing something or whatever, and that's where especially the activities we would come up with that would involve kids and give them things that they could do, so they could volunteer and do something and succeed, was confidence building. Spiritual fulfillment for many people, the ability to kind of feel like they're giving part of themselves as well. The leadership development part, where they're, like I said, along kind of goes with the confidence building. Self-esteem building also seems to go with confidence building. These things all kind of intermesh. None of these things really are you can't really treat them as being necessarily independent, because a lot of times they cross over into each other. Your financial security thing, that may be the financial security of, well, the corporation I work for wants me to be involved in community activities, so I have to do something. But also growing, learning skills, learning these other things, leadership development, confidence building, are going to lead to being better positioned for promotions down the road. So being part of that, or maybe learning skills that actually teach one how to make more money or how to do something better with their finances. Part of your community effort may be creating a credit union, for instance, where people are gaining some financial security by bonding together and saving a lot of money on bank fees and things like that. Creative pursuits and accomplishment, of course, satisfaction from building something, satisfaction from helping others. So those are the personal needs that get fulfilled. And like I say, when you're in this mind map, kind of just hover over the little lines, and it will show kind of an exposition, a little bit of expansion on each idea. So then you have the social needs. And a lot of people say, well, gee, that's not like personal needs. Well, sort of, but not really, because social needs really have to do with the kind of input that you get from your folks that you're in the community with. And so if you're leading a community or setting one up, it's really important to encourage people to fulfill these social needs for each other. And so you have fulfillment through providing a service to one's community is a social need, because we have a natural social drive to serve a community, to be part of a community. Recognition and awards, of course, from your peers and from the society as a whole, and from the leadership of the community, is a strong drive, and makes you feel great when you get recognition. And the networking possibilities, of course, meeting other people that you might end up doing business with outside of the community, or doing projects with, or going roller skating with, or canoeing with, whatever. The social involvement and interaction is just the fun part, having to have a few laughs. Parties and celebrations, again, having some fun. And so these are ideas, you're getting it. These are important things to be thinking of when you're having a community. Rituals as modes of social bonding are the little things like the ceremonies that happen, different types of especially like in your recognitions and rewards things, but there's other little rituals as modes of social bonding. Just having things that happen regularly at the same time every single year, that you always have a June 20th roller skating or canoeing event or something like that, where it's a regular type of a ritual type of a thing. And of course your opportunities for friendly competition, where you have some beanbag throwing games or something, or play softball with each other and do things like that. So this list has been around. I've asked people to add to it, and everybody seems to think it's pretty complete as it stands. But it's a free public type of a resource. You can easily copy it from this mind map thing and add to it, grow it, and adapt it to your own projects. So there's this week's mind map of the week. Okay, so I hope you find that kind of be cool. And let's see. All right, back to the show. It's time for a musical interlude. Yes, it is. And I got to pick out a different reverb. So just a second, I got to fiddle around a little bit because I was going to switch reverbs. Okay, so let me go back here, get this thing. All right, yeah, find the there they are. All righty, so I don't have that reverb in right now. Let's click to a different. I'm going to lower the size of this reverb a little bit, give it more air, and okay, let's switch over to the other reverb sound. Alright, oh, I have to stop this playback. Yes, nice and moody music. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Okay, let's give that a stop. Whoop. Okie dokie. Microphone number 2. All right, different type of reverb. All right. I heard a sizzling noise. Sounds like I got something sizzling here. I do have something sizzling. Be right back. Okay, hopefully it's going to stop sizzling. I think I had some really old Mackie mixer this thing's plugged into, so. Hello, hello. What's it doing? Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. Oh my goodness. I got something loose in here. play something. I think it sounds like this hookup though. My cable sounds broken to me. I have no idea what was going on there. Anyway, let's go back to. Here we go. Oh, Andrew's left. Andrew's left the scene. There he is. Hey. So what did you think of that? Did it distort through the whole thing? Oh. Wait a minute, I gotta hook it back up here. There we go. Okay. So I hope it didn't distort through the whole darn performance. Does it sound okay eventually, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm back now, but apparently the whole connection is lost.
Oh.
Hang up and put down because connection's lost, but now everything's come back. So I don't know what that is.
Well, it's non-stop thrills and chills with the audio. You should still be kind of on the quiet side. Here we go. Okay, now I can hear you okay. All right, now let me just find my comment tracker. I lost my comment tracker. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, cool. Let's see what's going on. So, applause with sizzle. Well, apparently I was getting a kind of a sizzly thing, so I don't think it was the sizzling effect was coming from the background, but I think it was probably bacon. I think somebody was cooking, and I couldn't get them to be quiet. So anyway, bacon with flute. That's what I call bacon with flute. So, all right. So there's that one. Now what do I do? So let's go ahead and bring up my the variety show thing. Wow, we got so many things done today already. It's 7:44. Oh, look at that! Just a little bit more action going on tonight. Okay, so video tip of the week. I do have a video tip of the week. Actually, it has to do with a really cool tool that you can install in Chrome. If you're making videos and you are concerned, let's see. Yeah, I got a bunch of tips. I got all kinds of tips to go on. But this is a really easy Chrome tip. Let me just take a quick look at my my settings here under More Tools, Extensions. And I can remember what the name of this thing is. It is called... Give it a second. As you see, for the show, I typically turn off all the different things. Here it is. It's called vidIQ Vision for YouTube, and I will go ahead and enable it and go to a YouTube. I'm in YouTube here, so I'll go to a video. Let's see. And game show hangout. Oh, we didn't cover the sound effect of the week either, by the way. Okay. So here we have some game show hangouts. Let's click on one. And oh, this may only no, this should have worked. I hope I don't have to restart my browser to get this thing to kick in. I may. Let me go just to the video. I think it might be because I'm in a playlist. This is a problem. All right, let's see if it shows. There we go. So there's vidIQ. Okay, let me make sure I got this thing showing. It is my plus word game. And yes, I do want to watch the plus word game with y'all, but that's not why we're here. We're here to see this thing called vidIQ. And get this thing in here. Log in. And here I see now the video IQ readout for this particular video. And you see it's got a OK score. It's got tags down here that were used. And so I think actually a better thing, I'll show you one of my videos that I've got oodles of tags in. And but this is just so amazing, the amount of information it's giving us. Let me just zoom this thing up. It shows the average view, the number of minutes viewed, number of minutes watched, and all that kind of stuff. Number of comments that came in from YouTube. It doesn't mention the Google Plus comments. How long it's been. But probably the most useful thing about it is that it automatically gives you the tags that were used. So let me go ahead and find one of my shows that I've tagged a little bit more extensively. That would be like one of the voice meter shows. So playlists, voice meter, there we are, voice meter tutorials. And we'll go to well, like the one I just did, or the video manual. I think I did. And here we go again. I got to get rid of the playlist to be able to see the vidIQ. All right. There we go. So as you see, I used quite a few tags in this one. And it's had, look at it already, it's only a few months old already, 1,500 views. That's nice. And the score is based on not just the number of views, but how many people interacted with the video, and how many comments you got, and how many shares, and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of nice. It doesn't get tons of views, but the really cool thing about it is that I have all of these tags, and so I can look at anybody's video that's doing a competing type of video, and I can go find out what tags they used. And I click this little paperclip icon over here. It's kind of hidden right now. If I click on this little paperclip thing, bingo, tags copied. Okay, and now when I go in and edit a video of my own, I can use those that I've got. Go in here to the information, and down here are all these tags right down here. You just go down here and paste them in. Okay, and bingo, you've added all these tags. And so you can get tags from another person's video to add to your own. So let me just hit cancel, because of course I don't want to add the same tags in twice. So let's say I had, was concerned about what tags might I be leaving out. So I could look up voice meter tutorial, and see if anybody's like totally beating me out with the tutorials. And like this guy's at the top, so I'm gonna take a look, and I see oh my golly, I got a top position for something. So
Hey guys.
so here's a really cool tutorial, well done. And so it might have some things that I don't have in mind, and yeah, sure enough, I don't have let's play and stuff like that. So I would just click that thing, go back to my own, and go to the tags and paste them in. So there you have it. Okay, so I can look through and see if I've got any redundancy in here. I got voice meter already, so I don't need that. See if I have a recording. Nope. See, he had some things I didn't have. Audio. Yeah, I have audio, but he's got with a capital A. It might not matter. Get rid of that one. The word record audio. No, I didn't have that. Record microphone. Didn't have. Record game. So now I've just improved my tags to match the number one player. Okay, the number one video for that search term. All right, so here's your video tip of the week. So again, that extension is called vidIQ Vision, and they also sell a service. You can subscribe and pay monthly to get more information and more stats on your thing. But just for that tag borrowing thing, to be able to flesh out your own tags, we're already in the realm of just wow. You know, I'm so glad we have this thing around. The developer website is vidiq.com, but of course I got it at the Chrome extension. So here's the start with our Chrome extension, brings that up, and you install the Chrome extension, okay, and you are ready to go. So that's, I think that's the one, vidIQ Vision, yes, for YouTube. There might be some more info. Yes, view in store, there we go. And so here's where it is at the store. There you go. vidIQ Vision for YouTube is the whole name. So I'll put the link to the web store thing in the show notes as well, so that you can go right to it and install it. You don't need to have it installed all the time. It takes up some energy from your browser, so so I would not leave it installed, you know, activated all the time, or enabled, I should say. I would disable it when you're not using it, because it's using resources in your browser. It's running as a process in the background all the time. All right, but anyway, so that's your cool little tip for that part. Okay, so all right, so we have just about 8 o'clock. So what on earth do I have left? Oh yes, I was going to talk about the abundance item for the week. The abundance. And I wanted to kind of go over just kind of state a thing about abundance. I mean, lately I've been sharing mostly things by Mr. Peter Diamandis, and he has written a wonderful book called Abundance that I definitely recommend. But and I talked about the seeming magic of the working premise a bit in previous shows. However, the one thing I want to sort of get across is that it's sort of a count your blessings kind of a thing going on. So let me just turn off this thing. 1 second. I had that effects thing running. It might have been glitching things. In fact, I could go ahead and reopen close tab. Reopen close tab. See, I'm actually on a second computer. That's why it's not messing with anything here. Yeah, is that it? Nope. Oh, okay. I was going to try to shed. Oh, I am just so flaky today. All right. Reopen that tab. Go back down to the extension. vidIQ. Details. View in store. And I'll paste this thing right now into the comments. There we go. All right. Now you'll be able to get to it right away while we're talking about it. There you go. There's the vidIQ thing. Okay. Ta-da! Ta-da, 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 ta-da. All right. Back to that. All right. So, on abundance. Back in 1982, about the same time I met Robert Fritz and stuff, I started a abundance project out of the East West Holistic Health Center on Fifth Avenue in New York. And it didn't grow massively because the idea of abundance seemed kind of Pollyannish to a lot of people. But we did get across some things in some publications that we spread out. We got a little bit of press, tiny bit of radio time. And but it was still really cool because we got out the idea that 90% of abundance is realizing how much abundance you've already got. And it's simple things like the fact that you've got paved roads all over the place around here. There are parts of the world that have no paved roads. Okay, even in the U.S., but that's people like that because it's rural. They want to live out there where it's a little more rustic. They have a choice in the matter. Many countries have no choice. There's just hardly any paved roads outside of the major cities. And you go, 5 minutes outside the major city, and it's hardly any paved roads. Well, the roads are in trouble. But nonetheless, if you have even a pathway, that's an abundance item. If you have even a method of getting from one place to another that's safe, I would count that as an abundance type of a thing. If you've got a means of transportation, even if it's your legs, I would count that as an abundance kind of thing, because you could easily not have that abundance. But if you do, then you're lucky. If back in the old days, if you didn't have legs that you could use, you had no means of getting around outside of people carrying you around, and that was an abundance back then. But now we have wheelchairs and automated, motorized items, although the wheelchair is really better for your upper body strength and circulation, so that you don't stagnate. You live a lot longer than using those scooters. But nonetheless, you have this abundance of availability of means of transport, even if you have limbs that don't work. So my main idea here is that no matter what your situation is in life, you have to look around and just think about what kind of abundances you have. We have limited resources, sure. There's only so much oxygen on the planet, but there's enough at the moment that you're going to breathe every single day and be able to take those 20 deep breaths to get the equivalent of 4 hours sleep from the earlier exercise. And we have an abundance of oxygen. We have an abundance still at this point in time of water. That's something that we have to be looking at to keep that a long-lasting resource. But nonetheless, at the moment, we have an abundance of water. Okay? So as we start counting our own blessings and looking at the abundances that we have, the more you notice the abundances that you actually have, the more abundances you tend to take on as well. The more you count the things that you actually already have, so the more things that you're needing or situations that you would like to have, like you saw in my fundamental needs mind map, things you'd like to have, those things start coming to you more for some reason. And I don't think it's just magic. I think it's because of the way you're tuning your subconscious and your right hemisphere of your brain into start expecting abundance to be in your life, because you're appreciating the abundance that's already there. You're really becoming conscious of the abundance that you really have, and it somehow starts connecting you with the additional abundances, the other abundances, the extra abundances, extracurricular abundances that you weren't necessarily tapping into, or that you didn't notice before, but now that you've got a new thing that you're doing, or a new project, or a new endeavor, or a new desire, or want, or even a need, it's some reason collecting into your consciousness the abundances that you already have tends to make you have access to those other abundances that you really were just missing. There's nothing magic going on. You simply were missing them before. You weren't noticing them. But when you start noticing all the other abundances, for some reason your subconscious starts noticing and not filtering out, but noticing the other things that are in your life that are abundance. So, that said, it's important to be thinking, as we're thinking about abundance, of creating abundance for other people. For these people that don't have roads, for these people that don't have good water, people that don't have situations that are as abundant as what we're enjoying. Just to kind of think, well, gee, is there some way I could do some small thing, even if it's just give somebody something through Pantheon, or what is it? Is that what the name of it is? The donation thing where you can support somebody who's doing something on the internet that you think is cool. I forget the name of it right now. Or through some other kind of small means. it's funny how grain takes many grains of sand to create a beach, and so a lot of people put off doing something about doing something because they think, well, it's going to have to be a large effort or a concerted effort for it to matter for me to have done anything. And no, that's not really true at all. Many people do a very small thing. It winds up culminating into a large thing. So it's the old takes many hands to get anything done anyway. But you can make a small contributions, and you create abundance on the planet by doing small things. Yes, you can create some abundance by doing some big things and doing something that goes viral and becoming a big name or everybody knows. But that's not the majority of us. The majority of us are never going to be in the news. We're not going to be getting the Nobel Prize. We're not going to be getting this world notice and be invited on news programs and interviews and all this kind of stuff. That's just not going to be our reality. Doesn't mean we can't be part of this huge abundance movement that really makes things happen for the rest of the world. So that's kind of the abundance message for today. Is go ahead, be as small in your contributions as is comfortable, and the funny thing is that even in doing that, sometimes that leads accidentally to your having made a much larger contribution than you ever could have imagined you'd be capable of doing. All right, so that's the abundance portion for today. And in fact, it's kind of linked with the philosophy section. It's obviously into the deep zone, the philosophy section. And and hooks into the that whole idea that we're all connected in various ways, and since heck we're all the center of the universe anyway, we may as well act like it, right? So that's from a previous show, folks. Search for "Where is the center of the universe" on Google, and you'll find out everything you need to know about that. Okay, so I would like to quickly run past some of the other things that I've done on the web. So here we go. Lately, I've been sharing some things. I was on this show, the Hangout Records show, with several performances, and the key performer. This doesn't really help that person because they were on a Mac, but if they'd been on a PC, they'd be able to use this trick using Voicemeeter, which of course I have all over the place on my PCs, and is how you're hearing this background music going on in part of the show, and how I was able to switch microphones so easily to the reverb mic, and which has a loose cable, I'm almost sure of it. Still, so she was making music using studio mode in an HOA, and it was all coming out of just one ear, because when you use one of these USB interfaces, it's discrete. So you plug into the left channel, well, that's where it goes, is the left channel. There's nothing in the Hangout software when you're in studio mode can make it become a mono signal. Studio mode, unlike voice mode in a Hangout on air, voice mode makes everything mono anyway, and it lowers the quality like crazy. If you try to play music with that mode, it sounds like there's this swishing noise going on in the background and bubbling water, as part of your music. It sounds really weird. Someone's going to use it as a special effect someday, but if you're really just trying to sound like the music, it doesn't work. So you switch to studio mode, now bingo, all of a sudden now you find out you're only coming out of one channel. So I made a video, and this shows people how to get how to use Voicemeeter in the simplest manner imaginable to just make your microphone from being only in one ear to being in both. Put it in mono mode. So that's what that's about. Oh yeah, then there's this Blue Juice Jubilee thing I'm going to be doing. And I also shared the 50 minute focus finder by Dean Jackson, which is definitely evergreen content. I recommend everybody take a listen to this wonderful talk and discussion that he gave of how to use 50 minutes to create to just get your focus down so much. Okay, and it's a wonderful thing. Anything by Dean Jackson and Joe Polish, I love. And they have a podcast called I Love Marketing that is dynamite, and I cannot speak highly enough of it. They've got a PDF document at their I Love Marketing website that I recommend everybody take a look at. It breaks down 8 basic principles for marketing in a very easy to understand way. So that's good. I mentioned that quite a bit. It came up because I was sharing this old website of mine, ncmarketers.com, that I made several years ago, where I featured a lot of the stuff that they did and even worked it into part of a lecture that I have an MP3 available from that site, the ncmarketers.com. And yes, we had Just Gotten You. We had a plus word game last Tuesday on their show. That was really cool since we couldn't do Fridays because Michael Daniels is umpire for all the softball, the Little League games. And so pretty much during the season, we're stuck with Fridays not happening, right? And what was that I just heard? I just heard the Michael just came on. Look at this. Look at this. He's here. This is the guy I'm talking about whose plus word shows can't happen on Fridays. Why is that, Michael? That we don't have Fridays again? It's something to do with umpiring? Anyway, he has no excuse. No excuse. Yeah.
I didn't mean to just interrupt what you were talking about. You can keep talking.
Oh, no, I'm glad to see you on. I want to say hello. As long as I was trashing your name all over the internet and you come right in, I may as well, make it known that now I know that he's listening. He's listening. So... So yes, we did it since we haven't been doing Fridays regularly. It was really cool that we got to be on the Just Gotten You show and do a hangout on air. So that was awesome. Okay, what else is going on? So. Yep. And so that's pretty much my shares for this week. Last week I shared the Path of Least Resistance with Robert Fritz and this stuff about the multicam edit. So anyway, you can go to my profile and get the download links, and I'll probably put them also into the show notes for this since I brought this up. Okay. The other thing I wanted to point out was that we've had a lot of good past events going on this week. We just had a really wonderful program on the it's called the what's this group? OVEE, Online Video Educators and Entrepreneurs community. A wonderful community if you want to create Udemy programs, Udemy teaching materials. There's a lot of support going on right there for people doing Udemy, Audacity, Skillshare, Learnables, any of those types of things. Or even if you're an aspiring lynda.com producer of educational materials, this is a very good group, and they did a really good hangout today at 3. They had a wonderful guest speaking about how they created the software courses. He created a bunch of courses, starting with one on doing vector art using free software. Also, yesterday we had a very good, I think, a stellar discussion with Roland Takioka as our host, and talking about all kinds of things, basically talking about this triangle of what you really need to be marketing yourself or making connections and growing, and that is have a social presence like Google+, especially Google+, where you're really making connections with real people. You're making real connections, not thin, shallow connections, but nice, real connections. So that's one leg of the thing. The other leg is to have your own website on your own hosting with your own domain name, a property you own and control completely. Okay, that's prong number 2. And prong number 3 is YouTube videos. Make them. Get over camera shyness, or at least make them where you did like what I did with that tutorial where you're talking about some software or something. YouTube videos are so, when you connect them with your website and your social presence, all three of those things start working together to give you immediate findability and grow your relationships because people are getting to know you. They're having a chance to see what you're like and the kind of person you are through your videos. So watch that show. It's a really good show. This was a good show. The 7 Deadly Habits series has all been a very good series. Hangout Records had a great show. Rebecca Pearl, even though her performance is in only the left channel for the most part, and they had a bunch of rough things going on. Turns out that if you're doing a show and you've invited people into your show and you're in studio mode, if someone comes in on a mobile device, or it seems on a Chromebook also lately, because it didn't used to be that way, but someone comes in on a Chromebook, it knocks the whole show, meaning the other participants, if they were in studio mode, it knocks them back into voice mode. And so you lose the benefit of the high fidelity sound just because somebody came into your thumbnails with a mobile device, or left if they're in, and then you can fix it, and then they leave and it knocks it out. So they, Aaron's realized he's going to have to kind of put a ban on people with mobile devices, and he possibly Chromebooks, from even coming into the thumbnails when they're trying to do a studio mode music show. But it was a great show nonetheless. Wonderful performances going on. It was just riveting. It was a very exciting couple of hours, and I had a great time. Of course, Phil Boyer is doing his Rule Breaking Ideas series, and this has become a really, really good series with just dynamite information. I mean, really dynamite information. And Stephanie Sims has been involved in the last couple of shows. And all this, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Svinarlakis is also on this show. But man, they're really going out there. They're getting into some deep stuff. I cannot recommend it enough. Okay, so, and of course, good old user-to-user community with the tech show. Anybody interested in tech talk, join the user-to-user community, and you'll get notified. These aren't recorded, typically, except for maybe a few minutes of them. And but they're great. We go into real tech talk. I mean, and a lot of times there's people like me and John Brown, other super deep techies hanging out there. And Tim's been there. Well, and of course Andrew is hosting it. And those talks, you can get answers to your technical questions, believe me, by going there. And we got Manly Pinterest Trips. The Death Chicks has been doing a very interesting series in dealing with the fact that we all eventually become deceased, and et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, my big push here is to always take a look at the past events, because this is better than watching TV. I'm telling you, it's incredible what goes on our wonderful hangouts on air, isn't it? I just love it. I'm just crazy about what's going on lately. Okay, well, I'm going to do one more performance thing. Gosh, I'm getting nervous about using that other mic now. I think I'm going to use just this same mic. I'm going to turn on the reverb for this same mic. That's what I'll do. And just use this mic and not change out mics. Just have to turn down the audio a little bit. So let me bring up this thing. All right, I'm going to stay with this. Turn this down a little bit. Go in here. Hello, hello, hello. And bring that up. There it is. Okay, get ready. Here we are. All right. And testing 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make it nice and airy. Long canyon. There we go. All right. So let me turn off the music that you're hearing. It's so cool, isn't it? I love the sound of that. All right. Here we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Woo! It's a big sound. See if I can't get this. Okay, it's someone's calling on the phone, and I'll just do there like that. Okay, so I'm not gonna have the background because I was afraid that was messing things. Okie dokie. Whoop! There we have it. All right, that's the last performance piece of the evening. Here we have it. Oh, I need something to drink. One second. I don't know. You got to have some blue juice after something like that. Okay. Well, since I have some guests on board, do they have anything they would like to add to the program tonight, or any questions, or anything I left out? Let's see, Michael's going to be right back.
No.
All right, so I hope that didn't distort, Andrew. That was a clear signal.
It seems so to me.
Okay.
But
Good.
then you got to remember, I'm 90% deaf, so that doesn't
Yes,
mean
but
a
that
whole
10%
lot.
counts, you know. You're abundant in 10% of hearing.
Yeah, I have an abundance of non-hearing is what I have an abundance of.
Well, all right. Well, to close out the show, since we're just about at that time with 8 minutes and counting, let's just really quickly sweep through here, make sure I didn't leave anything out. I didn't talk about my sciencey item of the week, but that's okay. Nothing actually astonishing happened in science this week to me, so there was really not much. Oh, almost left out the sound effect of the week. Oh my gosh, we open tab. There we go. Back to YouTube and back to my Creator Studio, and the free sound effect was what I really want to point out this time in the sound effects library is that they have some totally nutty effects if you go to the category called cartoon. Oh yes, cartoon, folks. Yep, they got some wild sounds. Let me see if I might have to crank up some audio somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. I hope you all could hear that, 'cause it sounds kind of quiet on my end. Yeah, all right. Stop it, will you? Of course, the cowbell, the metal thump. Yeah, I guess that's when I bump my head on a metal. The ringing hit. All right, so you get the idea.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say I am now going to proclaim that as favorite sound. All right, so
That's
there you have
fun.
it. Favorite sound effect of the week is cartoony bounce to ceiling. Who would have thought something called cartoony bounce to ceiling would be the favorite of the week? Not me. But so there we go. Definitely look at cartoon. There's a few others that are great. The ambiences, of course, your crowds, your doors, emergency sounds. Science fiction's got some cool stuff in there. Of course, that was the first favorite sound effect of the week was in science fiction. So, but yeah, you have everything. You need a good storm. You need some weather. You just go to the weather section and you get some look at 7 minutes of an afternoon storm, okay, or desert howling wind. You know, it's like, when would you ever use that? I have no idea. But you don't hear any wind yet. Oh, it's that kind of thin kind of wind. But so next week, just to get everybody kind of tuned into this thing, I am writing a radio theater script. I need people willing to do silly voices, who are willing to read their part in this script. So we're actually going to be doing this as an HVC, just like you see with Andrew being here. We're going to have our people live reading their parts of the script, and but we're going to do it. We're not going to see their faces. We're going to have the blackout screen, and so you won't see their faces. It's going to be that's next week's eyes closed segment. So we're just going to see the black screen, okay? Are you ready?
That
Which
that'll be fun.
yes, and do you have a really strange sound you ready to make? Strange voice. I don't have any strange voices actually, but
What do you mean? Strange voices? Nobody's got strange voices around here.
nope, I sure don't. I ain't gonna have nothing to do with this one. Not me. So anyway, and of course I know Michael Daniels knows at least 6 strange voices that he has in his repertoire, and he never reveals. What are they anyway?
I just know your strange voices. That's all I know.
So, and of course I'm going to try to get Heather to be.
So if you
on
don't
this one.
mind, if I can borrow one, that'd be great.
Okay. And you think
You
Heather
want
might
to
have?
borrow one of Terry's strange voices.
Okay, I changed my mind. You're right, Andrew. Sorry.
Now Heather regaled us with her strange silence voice that she did in the first show, and perhaps she has some others up her sleeves that aren't nearly as quiet and low in volume. But the silent karaoke thing was a lesson learned because we still got dinged by YouTube, and I had to write a lengthy letter to them because apparently silence is copywritten by John Cage, the famous conceptual artist and composer. Wrote his 4 minutes 35 seconds or whatever it is of silence, and lo and behold, so when Heather did the silent karaoke, it got a copyright ding from YouTube. And I had to write them a letter to say, no, this was an original version of silence, and they didn't buy that, so I put it in the parody category, that we were doing a parody of John Cage's work, and bing, we got through. So, because parody is okay. So as long as you're doing a parody, then you get around. So, all right, so that's just so you know. I thought I'd share that with everybody. All right, so with 2 minutes and counting.
I'll use this voice. Is that okay?
Oh my God, that's astonishing. So I'm going to try to learn that voice myself. Mostly so I can get past your voice recognition software for security purposes. But
Okay, I'll do this one then.
mhm.
I'll just be way back in a barrel or something. How's that?
All right. I may have to supply everybody with vocal processing freeware of some kind of.
That's the voice.
There you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and Terry, if you've got a script that's got a mime in it, I'll take that part.
Yes, actually, well, except that the mime will be in a black screen, so I'll have to announce that the mime just made his entrance. Okay, so. All right, well, look at everybody. Thanks a lot for showing up this week's show. We managed to fill another, 2.5 hours of time with nonstop thrills and chills. Got tons and tons of comments coming through, which was always awesome to see. Like a bunch of people. Yes, and Lon, I definitely want you to figure out your audio so that we can have you in. We'll do some practicing during the week, maybe on Tech Thursday or something. We'll do some practice, or through the week. We'll get some practice going on. So make sure everybody will be able to be working in my system, and that they're not hearing things too loud and stuff like that. Because there will be sound effects that are coming through and all that kind of stuff too. So we'll see how that goes. That should be a little fun segment. All right. Well, thanks a lot, everybody, for coming. Really, you honor me with your presence so much. It's just so great. And I get to play some music stuff. We got, what, four pieces tonight? And so perhaps I'll start doing even more because, it's a long program. And I'll start doing a few more things. And hopefully next week I'm going to actually have my keyboards hooked up too, so that we'll be able to do a keyboard interlude as well. And I may even be able to blow everybody's mind and do a live recording where I lay down the keyboard track in Audacity and then record a flute track into it, line it up, and we all listen back to it, listen to the keyboard and flute thing going on at the same time. I'll play along with myself there. See if that works. The Audacity thing today was a little bit puzzling because I had my levels all right for individual tracks, but as you saw, when I played them back, wow, it overloaded the whole system. And so I'll do some more fiddling around with it to find out the best settings for y'all and show you that too. Okay, well, again, thanks a lot for everybody for showing up, and take care. I'll get all my links into the show notes later on tonight after all my PBS shows are done. Watch Mr. Selfridge and Wolf Hall, the big family thing every Sunday. So, but I'll have those links in there for all the different things we discussed by the end of the night, probably before I go to bed. All right, well, thanks a lot. Take care, and let me go find this magic button that turns off the show. It's somewhere in here, and there it is. Okay, so take care, good night, and have yourself a great Sunday evening. Bye bye.
Thanks, sir. Bye.
Thanks, Andy and Michael.